now we have all these volunteers, we've got this great system, we've got them on board, they're ready to get placed, and then they go out to their schools, and then we have to still manage them, right? They're not going away anywhere. So now we're looking at evaluating their experience as volunteers, finding out how things are going with the youth that they're working with, what site are they working at, and how many youth are coming, all that good stuff. So now we run into this other problem of we've got these volunteers, they're in a great streamlined place, and now we need to keep track of how they're doing as they continue, and the best way that we had to do that was by picking up the phone or emailing them. And often what happened is we didn't get a response, or we got a response, it was half the information we needed, so we were going back to get that more information, or we were having to go out and drive to the site and track them down. So it was all of these pieces that were taking a ton of staff time just to know exactly what each team was doing. And we were very fortunate that we got connected with America Learns through the CASE Foundation. Through one of our former staff was working with them, and they heard about what some of the challenges we were facing around this management of volunteers and their work with youth, and they recommended America Learns and that we contact them. So Gary actually is the founder and CEO of America Learns, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about that system. Yeah.
All right, so I was a failed volunteer tutor and mentor during college. Back during my sophomore year of college in '97, I was going to school at Northwestern University in Chicago, and I had begun to volunteer at this after-school tutoring and mentoring program in the northern part of the city. And the organization that I volunteered at was extremely small. It was managed by a single staff person, this amazing guy named Tom Jenkins. And Tom was incredible. He was responsible for fundraising and volunteer recruitment and volunteer management and recruiting students to come to the center and connecting with students, teachers, and their parents and handling discipline issues. And because Tom had so much on his plate, some things just didn't always get done or get done all that well. And one of the things that Tom didn't have time for was providing ongoing volunteer training and support, and also tracking their progress throughout the year. And as a result of that, the volunteers would often struggle and not provide high-quality services to their kids, and really fail their kids. And failure looked like a couple of different things. How many people here struggle with fiery hot Cheetos in their programs? The kids wanting to eat the Cheetos. Yes. So sometimes the kids want to eat the Cheetos and not focus on the activities that you want to provide. What did you say?
Their hands are sticky and gross. Their computers get sticky and gross.
Yeah. And other struggles were the more traditional type of tutoring thing. A kid would not understand a certain concept on their homework assignment, and we would offer them an explanation, and they would get frustrated because they wouldn't understand our explanation, and we got frustrated because we had no idea what else to do, and so we just gave the kids answers to their homework assignments or sent them home with incomplete work. And I started looking at other nonprofit tutoring and mentoring programs across the country, and I found that my experiences and Tom's experiences, my supervisor, were being replicated everywhere. We had these really good intentioned volunteers, these really overworked program staff, and ever since that time, I've been obsessed with doing whatever I can do to make sure that if we're going to rely on volunteers to do the work of professionals, we need to make sure that the volunteers are constantly receiving the personalized support and building the skills that they need to deliver high-quality services to their kids, while also making sure that program staff are always getting the information that they need to improve their program quality and to make their reporting and evaluation and grant writing workloads as light as possible. Everyone with me so far? Okay, so after grad school, I started focusing on this issue really intensely. I conducted hundreds of interviews, a little more than 300 interviews of tutors and mentors and program staff across the country, trying to get a better sense of what it was these folks needed to be successful in their roles in these programs. And basically what I heard from people is that they wanted some system, some process that would not involve email listservs, would not involve bulletin boards, would not involve discussion lists, would not involve a bunch of optional workshops, would not involve Excel spreadsheets, would not involve FileMaker Pro type databases, would not involve thick guidebooks, that would do three things. Those three things is that the volunteers would receive some kind of personalized support that was aligned with their specific goals and challenges every week, while also building a really strong learning community among the volunteers. Program staff were telling me that they wanted to reduce their workloads around tracking and reporting while also giving themselves more time to use data throughout the year to improve programming. It's not just about collection. And then we were also hearing from program staff they really wanted to give their volunteers a safe space for reflection and a consistent space for reflection. And what we believe over here at America Learns is that in order for a volunteer to truly be effective, it's absolutely necessary that they regularly take time to reflect on their recent experiences, to discover new information as a result of those experiences, and then use that new information to plan for their upcoming tutoring or mentoring sessions. Has everyone seen a model like this before? It's also referred to as the adult learning cycle. It's something that we invented, but we are huge believers in it. And everything that we do at America Learns infuses this necessary practice for every single volunteer that we support across the country. However, we don't stop there. It's not sufficient to say, hey, it's great our volunteers are planning. Hopefully they know what to do. Hopefully they know where to find the resources that they need to carry out those plans. Hopefully they know who to ask, how to do the right research. And so what we do, and you'll see how this works in a second, is that we're constantly analyzing the specific plans and goals of every volunteer that we serve, and then recommending targeted strategies, tips, and resources to them that they can use to carry out those plans. Is this clear to everybody? You follow me? Okay, so it's the personalized support, the learning community building, the reduction and increase of quality of tracking and reporting, and also making sure that volunteers are going through this reflection practice. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take an incredibly fast walkthrough through a sample Girls for a Change America Learns website